This is TMI reaching you live from Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. Still on the same topic about the suspension of the PDP convention by Federal High Court in Abuja and its implication when you talk about the 2027 general election. I have with me here Honorable Ariba, one-time local government chairman and of course political analyst, political affairs commentator. Honorable, it's a pleasure for you having time to join us this morning. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, and good morning, viewers.
All right, that's very close to him. He is a legal practitioner, political affairs commentator. Join me to welcome Barrister Justin Ore. Barrister, thank you so much for joining us this Sunday morning.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson, and good morning, viewers at home.
All right. Well, the first branch of the interview, you heard what Barrister Nyesom Wike said, talking about the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. And of course, we had Honorable Obede Ifalui Isibo. He came to tell us what the PDP is like, going through what they felt about all this judgment. Yes, for what he said, they're going to appeal or waiting for that appeal come what may. Everyone do have the right to appeal judgment until it gets to the Supreme Court. Yeah, maybe we'll wait for that. Well, Honorable, I believe that we're following the trend of the court's judgment and, of course, Wike's reaction. I also believe that somehow I heard part of what Honorable Wede Ifali Sibo opined when he talked about the judgment, saying that the party, they are not in tandem with the judgment, that the person chosen by the judge to represent PDP is not what PDP really wanted, and all that. What can you make out of this, Honorable?
Well, court judgments, whether you like it or not, are sacrosanct, and because we operate a constitutional democracy, and we are also bound as a people to always, obey court judgments, because that's the basis. The Constitution is the basis of our social contracts. They may not like the outcome, but again, if you estray the issues that were for determination, you will understand that the PDP, in my opinion, shot themselves in their own foot. Why am I saying this? I heard some of their members who spoke, or reacted to the judgments yesterday, and they said things to the extent that, we've never really had any convention where all the state chapters had elected officials. Then, of course, it was illegal for you to have done that. That you got away with illegality, don't make it legal. So they are coming on the back of that. Then another one gave another very flimsy excuse to the extent that, some of our governors only just defected and they took away our party structure. So within a short frame of time, it's been almost impossible for us to, reorganize our state executive or ESCO in those states in question. That is, again, an excuse which the law, I believe, is unaware of. It's your responsibility as a political party to have measures in place to take care of eventualities such as what occurred. And if your constitution, your body of laws have said that as a preamble to having a national convention, it's a step-by-step situation in almost all political parties. It starts from the ward level where officials are elected, and then you move to the local government level, and afterwards you move to the state, and which culminates in the national convention. So you cannot go to the university without passing through the grade schools. So that is my opinion, and for that reason, I side with the judge. There is also a bigger challenge that they do have with regards to whether the convention will hold. They are bullish in their comments about it, to say, we are
bullish in what ways?
That we are, regardless of the convention we are planning, we are going ahead with the convention. But the court has said that you must now give INEC a 21-day notice of election again, of a convention in this case, again. But the convention was slated for 15 and 16, and so this on the 2nd. So that gives you a window of about 13 days. you know, by my mathematical calculation. So I don't know how they are going to somehow conjure up the 21 days. And with the reason why I said they are bullish, it seems like, you know, to one side with the judgment. And we don't know, okay, they are we are going ahead with our convention, some are saying. And, we are going to appeal the judgment, some are saying. We are going to get a stay of execution, some are saying. You know, I think then, you know, they should put their house in order. The PDP is no longer the PDP that it used to be. You know, it's unfortunate, but that is what it is today, not what it used to be.
Not what it used to be. All right, Barrister, you've heard Honorable Ariva. He said the court judgment is court judgment now. From the judgment, you have to give INEC 21 days ultimatum. People are saying no. Aside the court judgment, we're going to have our own convention come 15th. We're going to go there, still prosecution, appeal, and all that. What do you have to say about this?
Well, once again, good morning, viewers at home. You see, when it comes to judgment of court,
Yes.
it's sacrosanct, as Honorable Igariwa has rightly said. It's sacrosanct, it's sacred, it's binding on all parties, irrespective of how you feel about it. And I'm sure you've seen it. Please, I will just cite example of that last Edo State gubernatorial election. A PDP claimed, or it's widely believed, that they won that election. They went to court, from the tribunal to the Court of Appeal, from Court of Appeal to Supreme Court. And at the Supreme Court held in favor of the current APC government in Edo State, irrespective of the feelings of PDP that, we won this election. The judgment is as it is. It's standing, because you've gone through the mills 1, 2, 3, and it says no, this is it. So it's a bitter pill you have to swallow. That is what judgment of court is. Having said that, there are also other windows that you have as a party in a suit. One of them is to have you can have the judgment stayed. You come by way of an application. When I use the word application, and is a motion or notice, serve the other party that this judgment of court, you want it stopped. You don't want it to be operated, to be recognized. And you bring your facts before the court. That is contained in an affidavit. Then there is also a written submission that will be attached to it, filed in the courts. And once that is done, you serve the other side, then they also have the opportunity to respond through the counter affidavit. Then the reply or point of law is set down for argument. And after the argument, a date is taken for ruling.
Now, how long would this take?
Well, it depends. Each court has their own procedure and time frame. In Edo State, there are times you have after you have filed, you have 7 days to serve within 5 or 7 days to serve the other party, and the other party has about 7 days or so. But, you know, there are also windows for you to come by motion for extension of time, within which to deem what you didn't do within time correctly as done within time. So these are various things. So the judgment is standing, but they can apply for stay of execution and also file their notice of appeal. If their stay of execution stays, as it stays through successfully, then they can go to the convention ground. But if it doesn't sail through, now you have to go on appeal. So, and within this period, it may exceed the time you have already proposed for your election or for your convention. Yes, which is 15, 16, before the judge will rule upon it. It may go exceed that time. And then coming to the issue whether they have locals, from my finding, the people that went to court, they don't have that locus. When you say locus now, they don't have that authority to institute that action.
Are they members of the PDP?
They said they have resigned. Some of them are suspended. From my findings, I don't know. I'm not a member of PDP. Please get out. I'm not a member of PDP. Neither am I a member of APC. But
or illegal practitioner?
Yes, I am a legal practitioner. But from my finding, it's obvious those are not. They have one issue or the other with the party. From Imo, from I think Abia and one other person, they are not members of PDP that have the legal status or local standing to institute that action. So till that judgment issue is resolved, that convention will have some issues around it. But they have also said that the provision of the constitution of PDP provides for about 2/3, and they had their world level Congress, local government and state.
Not all of them.
Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir.
And they have factions also.
Hold on, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sir. You see, my people will say, "Azenti we nason, omo we na what's no." When a witch cries at night or flies like that, and the child dies today, you obviously know that there is a relationship between the witchcraft and the death of the child. So I'm going somewhere. So when that is done, if they satisfy the constitutional provision of PDP by having their congresses for over 2/3 of the state, then they are good to go. They are good to go if that is the provision of their constitution.
Okay.
You understand? So they are good to go. So I think from all the look of things, it's just a way to destabilize, or one of the ways to destabilize PDP from coming together to having a formidable voice against the ruling party. That's what it is.
All right, let me now come to you, Honorable here. You heard his explanation saying actually the court's judgment, it is what it is, but PDP, they have a window. Do you see them using this window at least to conduct their convention?
You see, politics on its own is an act, but its study is scientific. Hence, you have political science. Because there are variables you observe, and if those variables keep reoccurring, you can make near accurate political predictions and outcomes. You see, with the PDP, one critical political ingredient is missing in their quest to have a national convention. And until you somehow abide by that, you may just end up bringing the whole house down. In politics, there is what we call harmonization. Harmonization is when you bring all the critical interest group together. No one group can go it on their own in politics. We don't do it in society often if you attempt it. You know, because you stand the chance of cutting out or severing away from yourself the largest chunk of the political party or a critical segment of the political party by ostracizing them, by saying, who are they? We are going ahead regardless. No, at some point, because it's a give and take game. If you are hoping to have 10, sometimes you end up with 8, 7, 6, and you say, okay, I got a fair deal because it's live and let's live. You know, because where people cannot go through you to express their political opinion or ideas, they have other options. And if you won't let them be for you, then automatically you activate them to be against you. And as a good politician, your intention, knowing that politics is a game of number, is to reduce the areas of agitation and see how you can harmonize your people together, harmonize the various interest groups together. So before going for this convention, they have not done any form of harmonization. I give you an instance. Yesterday they had like an NWC meeting. But guess what? Notices for NWC meetings, even though the chairman calls for it, but the notices are centered by the secretary. He's the secretariat of the party. But unfortunately, the notices were also now signed by the chairman, which invalidates the NWC meeting ab initio. And so, therefore, whatever they are coming out with from the NWC, it's already null and void.
But they've suspended the secretary, so to speak. Are you going to blame them?
You cannot, but INEC has said, this is your secretary. This is the one that we are, the one we recognize as your national secretary. You are duty bound by law to go by the rules of the game. It's not how you feel. It's about what the law says. You understand? So the chairman can't be signing out letters to get people together for a meeting. That's not in his place. Okay. So he has ran foul the law there again. And that's been the bane of PDP at the national and at all levels lately.
All right, you just hold on. I want to go for a break. When we return, we're going to continue this discussion. Lots of questions to be answered. We'll play the video for you to see. Yes, you heard Wike's own comment. And of course, I had an interview with Ogbede Falu Siba. Right now we have Honorable Ehi Gariba and of course Barrister Justin Ure. They are trying to make sense out of all this suspended convention. People say, no, we are going ahead with the convention. We have windows to appeal, self-execution. Let's see how this will affect 2027 general elections. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI reaching you live from Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria, talking about the suspension of the PDP convention. Yes, given by Federal High Court in Abuja, generating so much reactions. I have Honorable Ehi Egariba and of course Barrister Austin. Or you've heard Honorable Ogbede Ifali Isibo. Now, from what Honorable he talked about, he said there are so many loopholes on the side of the PDP. One, he opined that the House is not united, and two, instead of a secretary to sign for an NWC meeting, we're having the chairman doing that. Is that not a flaw on PDP's part?
Well, like I said earlier, yes. I'm not a member of PDP.
But from the legal perspective.
Hold on.
Yes.
And neither am I a member of the APC. I'm not a member of any political party. Now, looking at it from the legal perspective, the signature of the chairman or national chairman of PDP on the invitation or notice for NWC meeting, to me, it's not. Because in a company.
So it's not right?
It's right.
It's right?
Yes. Hold on.
Okay.
In a company, there are people who sign things out. Maybe in case of finance, you have maybe the secretary, the chairman or the direct CEO, then maybe the treasurer. Any two can sign. But in a case like this, any of the two or the two signs, the chairman, national chairman, or the secretary, or both. So if one of them signs, that does not invalidate the notice. And in addition to that, we look at what is the intention of that notice. Is it not for notification or invitation for a meeting? Was that purpose said? Because equity looks at the intent, not the form. Formality is just every other thing. The who signed the note, the intention is for you to know that we are having a meeting at ITV Benin today. Was that notice, was that intention or that invitation conveyed to you? The director, who is the overall head, signed and invited, you are saying it's not, and their constitution says either or two. That's one. Then I think you mentioned maybe the fractionization of PDP. You see, there are some persons that you cannot just placate because of what they are sent to do, their intent and their purpose. And one of them is Nyesom Wike. I'm sorry, with due respect to him, he's my colleague. He said he's in PDP, he's not defecting, he's not leaving. Now you are serving in APC government. Fine, but why are you not the one instigating the destruction of your house? Because it favors the ruling party, they quickly agree. He's saying, no, INEC is choosing or agreeing that this is the one, the secretary that they recognize. Meanwhile, PDP, the party itself, It's like somebody is telling you who's to be the Okaigbe of your family. Come on now. I'm sorry, it's nonsense what we are seeing in the public space today. How the ruling party is using Nyesom Wike to destroy PDP. That is what's on ground. That's the plain truth. And because if you call for harmonization, he wants to have his way. He wants to be the one that will mention and dictate who does that. Who does that? I may remember, remove him from Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cabinet and the support again, who is just like you and I. That's the truth, a former governor. That's all. So you cannot bear, because they know what they are doing. They kept him there, gives him the support of whatever he needs to destabilize PDP so that PDP cannot bring a candidate or stand to speak. That's the purpose. Well, no matter what you want to say, let's harmonize. If we want to pick the chairman, you want to pick the secretary, you want to pick the publicist, he wants to pick those key positions. Come on now. If you do that, the one in Ibadan, I've forgotten his name now, I think Makinde or something like that. Yeah. He did the same, or he does the same. Everybody's, how would they not still become friction in it? Look at what happened in Rivers State. So with persons like Wike still there, harmonization, like my friend just said, is a good thing, but with Wike high, it will not be possible for them to harmonize. So the best thing for them is to I don't know how to put it.
It's so what? Take him out of the picture or what?
No,
anyway.
no. It's to see how they can do without him. But he's not letting go. But why don't he defect?
Okay, hold on. Because
why don't you defect? You leave them alone.
You say he should be taken out of the picture, saying get away from PDP or just...
they should expel him or do whatever. They should let him go. He should leave PDP. He should leave PDP alone, so that PDP can go on. It's like a woman that says, I don't want to marry you again.
But he's saying PDP should leave him alone. You want to have his way. Anyway, I'll come back to you, Barrister.
There are two different points we are looking at now.
Fine.
One, if you say, let's harmonize, he will not yield. Now, he is not going to yield. When you are in politics, if they are not doing your bidding or you are not getting what you say, like my friend said, you are a place for you to ventilate your aspirations. If you are not getting it there, you leave and go to other party.
I'll come back to you. Well, this is what you say, shot fired. They said the APC that the ones using Wike to destabilize the PDP, according to Barrister Justin Aran. Of course, some of the comments making rounds in Nigeria, even in the world, saying Wike is an instrument of the APC to dismantle, cause confusion in the PDP. And that's the party you belong, the APC. Is it true?
Well, I think all of those assertions are very inaccurate and glaringly so. So, in the sense that when PDP had their internal infraction, which led to Wike becoming very upset with the way things went, that was towards the bid for their 2023 presidential tickets. And so how did the APC come into that when the man who has carried the party together for so long, who has invested his time, his resources, including coming to our own dear state, Edo State, to ensure that the former governor got his second tenure via the PDP. He brokered that deal. There was no Atiku, there was no Tambuwa, there was none of these players when he did that. In the entire South, as it were, some of the states had gone, some of the governors defected, even in the Southeast, to APC at the time. It was him who had the fort, who coordinated their local chapters and ensured that there was stability within the party. When you had Sheriff, Amodu Sheriff, when he was battling the party to a standstill, let me tell you this. Because I know to that effect that Amodu Sheriff's immediate younger brother was married to Buhari's eldest daughter at the time. And they had placed him as national chairman of the PDP. And Wike knew this much. And he battled him till he was able to retrieve that national chairmanship from him. So you don't wish such a man away. And again, you said things to the extent that, well, you're a lawyer, maybe you take some time to look at the constitution of the PDP. it is not that you can have 2/3 of the states. You are taking all or everybody along. You have to have the Congress at the ward level, local government level, state level, and it is not a Nigerian election where you win 2/3 of the state. No, every one of the party chapter must conduct those congresses before you step up to the next stage. There are even opportunities given whereby if you are contesting the election or the outcome of those congresses, you are given opportunity to have an electoral body come in where you take your protest to and they resolve it before we move to the next stage. So it's a given that you have to have all your congresses intact before you move to the national convention. So that is that. But to say that Wike is not a mere political actor. It's a political enigma, if you will, in the sense that he stood where all the PDP people chickened out, the so-called stalwarts, those who are coming now to say this. Then, in the party structures that we operate, in the PDP and now even in the APC, only secretaries of parties sign notices of meetings. There is not either of the two, and it's not the chairman. It's actually an infringement on the right of the other one. For the chairman tells him, please send out notices of meetings. He, as a chairman, cannot sign it. It's like the governor of the state, the local government chairman, the president. We don't sign checks. You can give instruction, you can give advice, but you cannot sign any payment instrument. That's between the commissioner of finance, if it's the treasurer at the local government, they figure that out, but you don't personally append your signature, even though you are the one instructing through a pay advice, So it's the same way, I would say, and I need to observe my party very clearly from this, because this is not a situation that started today. This predates 2023. The struggle for the soul of PDP is getting close to 10 or 15, 10 years now. And when I talk about harmonization, you brought in something very critical. There are situations where there are factions. Like in the South, for instance, Chief Danobi, in my opinion, remains the South vice chairman of the party. But there is someone else who also is parading himself as the. But if you really want a party to be, held together, if you want party cohesion, what you do at that point is to harmonize, bring everyone to the table. It's a give and take situation. But without doing that, you just can't get past certain individuals, because they wield so much political influence that they're always going to be an albatross over your success, except you come to the table and have that all-important meeting of harmonization.
Wow, interesting. You have something to say, Barrister? Because his real point is saying that APC should be absorbed of all these allegations.
You cannot.
You say APC had no hand in it. After all, this particular battle predates this administration.
Mr. Osi,
yes.
Hold on. The Bible tells us that the voice of Jacob, the hand of Esau.
So who is the Jacob and Esau in this example you're trying to paint?
I'll leave that on to you to far. Now, like I said earlier,
yes.
Thank God my brother here is a Benin man. Or Azentinasu or Mogu Agbe.
Please interpret for viewers how
like
to
I
understand.
said earlier, a child, the witch flew last night and the child dies this morning. Who is responsible for the death of that child? Of course, the witch. You understand? So now APC cannot be absolved from this whole crisis. They are the ones stocking it, fueling it, turning inflammable into it, petrol, kerosene, diesel, gas, for it to continue to burn, so that they will enjoy more or less a unitary way of operation. How that's that? It made reference to previous predicting 2023.
Yes.
Wike did all he did good, and I commend him for soldiering the storm. I commend him for that. But he did it for a purpose, for his 2023 presidential ambition. He fought Sheriff.
Yeah.
He brought in this man from Benue. What's his name? His name is Escape. Oh, this man from Benue now that was later removed to bring in the last one before the election.
You have the secondus, you
Secondus.
have, yeah.
Then when they removed, I think secondus was the last one or the one for, they now said, okay, for them, it was because of the ambition of Wike that they didn't, PDP did not even zone their tickets.
But others have ambition also. Why didn't
Hold
they
on,
hold the
hold on.
fort?
We are looking at, see, when we are talking, whenever I come, I said, I'm not a PDP member.
True, yes, you said
go,
that.
Go to their database. If you see Justin Nwunwa Oride, I'll give you 100,000. Go to APC, any of the political parties. If you see my name there, I give you 100,000. I'm saying it.
Because we're going to start digging right now.
Yes, I can do a transfer.
100,000 is a lot, you know.
Yes, I said I will give you 100,000. I do the
right.
transfer the day you tell me my name is there. I'm not a member of any political party.
Okay.
So I say it as it is, irrespective of whose house is God. Now, because of his ambition, Ina said they should leave it open so that everybody can come to fight for the tickets. And he has already mapped out his ways. But Tambuwaf messed him up at the dying minute. When he saw that he didn't get that ticket, he now said Atiku should appoint him. He fought for that vice president. Atiku said no. He had another person in Arthur Okonwa. That's
There's Okowa, those are governor
Senator
then. Senator
Okowa,
Okowa,
yes.
yeah.
I think one of his name is Arthur too. Okay. That's
Ifeanyi Okowa.
Ifeanyi Okowa, okay.
Yes.
Ifeanyi Arthur Okowa, I think that's his two names. So we can miss out on that. And I said, okay, if you chose that one, you cannot come from the north, and the party chairman comes from the north. You bring the party chairman down and take somebody else from the south to the party. That was his fight. And
And the PDP refused.
they didn't succumb to him. You cannot dictate to the party now. That's when he become disgruntled and refused to be pacified. Till now, even after the election. Do you now, because of your ambition, set your house
And you just said that, hold on. Sorry, like what he said APC doesn't have a hand in it. And you just confirmed it. That is a PDP fight within.
No, now let me tell you where APC has a hand, more than a hand in it.
More than a hand.
Yes. After the general election, they gave him an appointment. And everything Wike does, the moment the court rules, the agency will never wait for them to exhaust their right of appeal. They'll confirm. That is why INEC is telling PDP, this is your secretary.
Interesting.
You see it. That is why.
I'm being backed up by the court that you belong to.
I'm a lawyer. I'm not a
Yes.
judge. I only advocate. I'm not the person that decides.
Okay.
Look at what happened in Rivers.
Okay. You just want to take our break. Calm down, Barrister. Calm down. I know you have a lot to say, Honorable here, but let's go for this break. We'll be right back. Don't go away so I can come back to conclude this discussion. Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI reaching you live from Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. Now to cap up this discussion, people like saying that it's all about 2027 and Barrister Nyesom Wike is not leaving PDP soon. And if you take a look at the writing on the wall, it's like nobody in the PDP dares suspend him or throw him out of the party. That means definitely he has so much stake in that party. Yes, secretary suspended, the legal head of action suspended, but the alleged man causing the trouble is still there, and nobody is daring this man. Honorable, what is behind this man, and what is the fortune of PDP come 2027 general election?
Well, thank you once again, but I think let me correct some assertions that my friend and co-discussant has made earlier on, to the extent of saying that APC is neck deeply involved in the crisis in the PDP. These are very wide allegations, which I know you cannot legally substantiate, and typically when you assert, you have to prove. And this is inaccurate to the extent also that, like I told him earlier, the crisis the PDP has found itself in predates this current administration, on the one hand. Then two, Nyesom Wike is not the first person to become a member of the Federal Executive Council from another political party. It had actually started since 1999 when President Obasanjo even appointed the national chairman of APP, Senator Mahmoud Waziri, into his cabinet as a special advisor on intergovernmental activity, interpolitical party activities, as it were. You know, so it's not the first time. Then he also went a step further to x-ray, you know, what he categorizes as Wike's misgivings. But the truth of the matter is, we all play politics for gains, to get our own advantage. You know, you don't play politics to lose. And so, if they actually, in his x-raying of the issues, he actually vindicated Wike because they overstretched his patience. Like, for instance, he was always willing to give. He was always willing to give. He was always willing to give. But were they willing to give to him? No. He said, okay, there was an agreement in the party, in PDP. After 8 years of Northern rule, the presidential ticket comes to the South. And guess where that meeting was even held? It was held in Delta State Government House. Senator Ifeanyi Okowa was there, who eventually accepted to become number 2, even though his state was where the declaration was made that presidency must come to the South. So, when you talk about Wike supporting the movement of the chairmanship, it's all in the interest of fairness. His understanding is that if we are getting the presidential candidate from the South, then it only makes sense that the chairmanship of the party goes to the North. And that is what happened.
To create a balance.
To create a balance. Not for himself. There were other Southern contestants in the race, including Peter Obi, who eventually left the party. So, after he did that, okay, fine and well. They said, oh, he wanted to be vice president. Yes, he had a right to aspire. And more so, the results again vindicated itself. The man who was nominated to be vice president, you know, the state was woefully lost to Labour Party at the presidential election level. Okay, he said, okay, fine. If you have made up your mind whom you want to be your running mate, that's okay. Let him have it. I'm still willing to work for the party. But there's one other critical issue here. How do we campaign to our people in the South? If you have the party and the government to one direction of the country, it only makes common sense for us to, were they willing to give him anything? No. And if I see your posture from the beginning, that you're antagonistic towards me, you are unreceptive towards me, and you are not willing to listen to me, I know that I have to come very strongly against you, because I can already predetermine the outcome should there be a victory for you. I'm a politician. I have to play politics. And Wike already understood that should Atiku become president of Nigeria, he was going to annihilate him politically. And therefore, what do? I form other alliances and support a candidate whom I believe will keep me politically relevant, because I'm a politician. I need to stay relevant. And so he played his politics, deft politics at that, and gave his support to Asiwaju, and, you know, and the presidency he delivered, and Rivers State was won by the APC. And so the president says, please join my cabinet.
But is that not enough to push him out of the party? That is anti-party politics.
Wike said he does, everything he does is transparent. He said, I wrote a letter to my state chapter to ask if I should accept, and they wrote back to me. And they said, yes, go ahead and
accept. Which faction did he write to?
No, there wasn't no faction at the time. There was no faction at the time. And since then, no one has come out to say, oh, for accepting this position, there will be disciplinary actions against you. And besides, it was a call to duty to serve the nation that it belongs to. It's a Nigerian first before it's
politics. It's okay. Thank you. You've done more than enough explanation vindicating Wike, backing his actions. Well, what does that have to do with 2027? Do you feel that PDP will have the strength to produce a candidate? Because that seems to be the end game. Do you feel able to produce a candidate? No, if you're going to have these litigations, court judgments, you know, unsatisfied party members. I'll call it a wrap on this segment.
Well, The 2027 is still a distance.
So a politician is now.
Why I say it's still a distance, because this whole rancor that is going on now can be resolved internally, and the matters in court withdrawn. And you only go to court, my lord, parties have resolved their differences. The lordship will say, okay, based on the submission of learned counsel from the plaintiff and corroborated by the defendant counsel, this case is hereby struck out. For parties haven't resolved their differences. That marks the end. You only apply for that order and go whenever it comes up again. We don't settle. We don't settle. That's it. So there's still a window for settlement. You understand? Then there's still also a window to take for stay of execution to also appeal. 2027. That's why I say it's still a distance away. Then now coming back, if they will be able to put their acts in order, well and good. Well and good, they will be able to put their house in order, because the people there, they are not also minors in the game. The only advantage Mr. Wike has is that he has the backing of the president. Take it or leave it, that's the gospel truth. So these are some of the things that he has in his advantage. Then to that 2023 election, what transpired? Why did PDP threw their presidency open? Article said, okay, if we are going to zone to the south, let us micro-zone it to the southeast.
Lord Article.
Hold on now. Hold on, sir. When they said, let us zone, micro-zone to the southeast, but my friend, Mr. Wike, said, let's leave it open. So that was where the issue is. That is why Article has to come in to play his own kind of game, and he got it.
From Dubai.
You understand? So that is how he got it. If one thing, Wike...
But hold on, sorry for interjecting. Someone said that Wike is not really the problem of PDP. That Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is the problem. That's what people are saying, some faction, not all. So what can you say about it? Because they are accusing him of saying that after Buhari's tenure, why would you want to push power back again to the north? That was how all these problems started in the first place.
Well, going back to the issue of if PDP will be able to get a presidential candidate at the end of the day.
Are you dodging my question?
Hold on. That was the question that you asked before. I have not answered,
okay,
and I want to answer.
All right.
I said 2027 is still a distance away. And in addition to that, they can find a way to get through this internal wrangling and feed a candidate at the end of the day. So your next question is, some are alleging that His Excellency, Atiku Abubakar is the issue, not Nyesom Wike.
Yes.
Okay, the fact speaks for itself. If you look at it as it is, you and I, who is the person troubling PDP as we speak? Who is the person holding meeting in his house and every other place as we speak? Who is the person sponsoring those litigations?
I can actually answer that question.
Hold on, who?
No, hold on, you can answer because I'm the one asking the questions here.
You can see that
Yes.
Atiku Abubakar is not even in the picture in all this that we're saying. Atiku Abubakar is only an aspirant. If he goes through the party structure to get the ticket, fine. If the ticket goes to somebody else, fine. That is for the party to decide. Yes.
So you're saying that PDP do have a window to
resolve their issues
and
feed a candidate
for 2027.
For 2027.
Thank you. Honorable Van, to you.
Firstly, I think PDP is working on a very tight rope, and the possibility of feeding a presidential candidate is very gloomy. Why am I saying this? They are taken from their master's playbook, and so he can read through their actions. That's Nyesom Wike. Most of them are his political students. Why? He has seen a Sheyi Makinde move the convention to Ibadan. He sees they are working from answer to question. They have all but predetermined that Sheyi Makinde should be the next presidential candidate for the party. right? And they know that this is what Wike did in the past, moved the convention to Port Harcourt when he was trying to support Tambuwa to become presidential candidate so that you can, assert some influence over there. But you see, when you talk about Wike presidency, APC, Sule Lamido was just in court because he couldn't get a presidential form to buy a nomination form. He's that from the APC. He wanted to contest, but he's been shut out by the PDP. He's a founding member of the PDP, a strong member of the PDP. He's only been a member of the PDP. But some elements just will not allow him to contest. And so he went to court for that. So are you going to also blame that on the PDP?
You see,
No, hold on, he has the floor. He has the floor.
Tomorrow, if he decides to take his chunk of people from Jigawa out of the PDP, what will people say? They saw with the presidency again? No. When you talk about Wike having the backing of the president, yes, he does have the backing of the president to do a good job as a minister of the FCT. And all the testaments that we are hearing is that the FCT...
And to destabilize PDP.
Well, can you prove that? Anywhere?
I'm asking a question.
No, can you prove that? You cannot. So what I can prove is that he's got the backing of the president to work for him as a minister of the FCT. And is he doing a good job? He's doing a fantastic job. And everyone is saying it, who's been to Abuja lately, that what he has done is more than what maybe 3 FCT ministers have done. He's turned the city around completely. So in my opinion, he's excelling there. If he's got collaboration with the president, that's his personal choice, his politics. He can,
Right.
If you cannot play it right, you can play it left. If the PDP is making it impossible for him to support their presidential candidate, he said, okay, in the last local government elections, PDP won in Rivers State. Some of the seats in Wike's local government, for instance. Yes, PDP won there. So he's saying,
PDP in APC clothing.
I will support the president of Nigeria. You know what I like
right.
about the man? He does not hide what he's going to do. He said, I'm going to support the president. I need to ensure that this agenda succeeds.
Thank you so much. You said that PDP is working on a tightrope while you opine that PDP have an opportunity to resolve the issues. Only time will tell. As it stands right now, litigation upon litigation. We have Barrister Nyesom Wike on one hand. We have, just like two factions.
Like I would say, sorry.
One minute,
just
maximum.
1 minute. Yes,
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. You see, Wike is the person that has benefited more from PDP. Just look at from...
But someone's saying he is still the one that has invested more in PDP.
No. Is it not the PDP that gave him the platform to fly?
All right, let's leave it at that.
He won his ticket.
Hold on. Is it not the PDP that
Let's
gave
leave
him
it.
the
Let's
platform
leave
to
it.
I will
fly?
not agree with
Let's
that.
leave
The
it
person
at
who
that.
has benefited the most, who has been
Is
presidential.
it not the PDP that gave him the ticket from
Gentlemen,
before 1999? Where was Wike?
Can I tell you
Before
something?
1999,
Can
where
I
was
tell
he?
you something? Where was most politicians?
Where
But
was
can I
he?
tell you this for a fact, right? When you work hard and you are rewarded, it's different from when you are gifted favors, like Atiku flies in from Dubai and grabs the presidential ticket.
Thank you,
Gentlemen.
gentlemen.
To join campaigns in Edo.
This is not personal. This is not personal. Talking about APC,
Atiku
PDP,
was
Wike.
in-
Barrister, thank you. Hold on.
He was there.
Hold on, gentlemen, thank you. Thank you.
there.
Please come to me. Mute their mics. Mute their mics. Come to me. We want to go for... We'll be right back to talk about another discussion. Do stay. Don't go away.